Hey, what's up, guys? Peace to the gods. All praise be to the Most High. Yeah, I said peace to the gods. Gods, plural. But we'll get into that more in a little bit. This is kind of a two-part. This is a two-part thought of the day. It starts with well, in the shower, I was in first meditation, right? And what came to my mind was how we got disconnected from the Most High. And then while I was just on my walk, another part of my meditation, another part of this is going to be how they disconnected us, right? Separated us, divided us. But, first off, peace to the gods. All they were men that ascended. And some of them tried to teach others how to ascend. Some of them tried to gatekeep information. Some of them tried to be praised as gods, be put on a pedestal, which we were never meant to. We were never meant to. Gods we're just the ones that elevated their consciousness, stood in their true power, understood their true power. But the lies. It all stems back to the white man, Christianity. First off, Christianity, what we know it to be, it was taken from the Africans. And they got it from people before them. But we stray so far. Then the white man comes in and we pick and choose the parts that we wanted, the parts that aligned with us, because it's a sin-based religion, 155. We changed it up. We, but it was done intentionally. It was done systematically, to keep us chained, to keep us bonded to the lower realms, so that we never truly ascended. My native ancestors, 222, my native ancestors, my Aboriginal ancestors from this land, that were slaughtered, that had their land stolen from them. And, we're putting these camps and pretty much starved. And the only way that they were able to get food is if they didn't do, if they refused to do their ceremonies, if they refused to praise the true God, the Most High, spirits, and they forced Christianity upon us. Started disconnecting us from ourselves, started disconnecting us from the Most High. They disconnect us from the Most High. The white man, it's stealing everything from the black man, steals everything from the black man, tries to take credit for it and distorts it, perverts it. But that's another way they divided us. Not the black man. I don't even like saying that, the black man. They're native. And that was the first division. They started separating, black, native. It's the same. But of course, they don't want them to know. They don't want them to know they were kings and queens and emperors and empresses. No, they create things, then their patents, their information, their technology, everything gets stolen. They don't get the credit. That's a story as old as time. They divide us, then they divide us even more, then they divide us even more, then they divide us even more. When it was Aboriginal, when we did things the Aboriginal way, the peace sign was this. Then the white man came with this Christianity and became this. You do the math. But yeah, peace to the gods. All praise be to the Most High. The creator of all. The creator, not the gods. The creator. But yeah, perversion, division, lies, so many fucking lies, so many lies, so much blood, blood shed to keep the lies, to maintain the lies. And we still believe the bullshit that we're spoon-fed. We still believe it. We still buy into the stories that make no sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't. Oh, you just have to believe. Keep your false beliefs. I go with knowings, and you only believe in things that you do not know. They teach you about a God that you can only believe in, that you never know. Then when people like Yeshua came and told us what to do, but we picked and choose what we wanted to listen to, what we chose to apply to our life. We do everything that he told us not to do, and we don't do the things he told us to do. You do the math. What's that a recipe for? Put him on a pedestal, even though he said not to put him on a pedestal. But everything done in the dark comes to the light. Everything done in the dark comes to light. One lie will be exposed, and then another, and another, and another. To the point where people can't ignore the truth. People are still going to. Because we're foolish. But some people are just going to choose not to. Even though it's going to slap them in the face. They have to really blind themselves to the truth to not understand it. But some people, so it is. So it is. I choose not to. I choose to deal in truths. I choose to deal in knowings, not false beliefs. That's not for me. Not for me. Not for me.